Yes, I'm Kawai. Today I want to talk about something about language, that is language and me. At first, I will put a PowerPoint in here to help me better. Hi, my name is Lin Zeng, also can call me Kawai. Looking back on my study experience from primary school to university. In primary school, I studied in Huangchun No. 1 Center Primary School, and then in middle school and high school, I studied in Heyuan School. And now, I study in Heyuan University International College, and I'm a serious student in CA. About my language timeline, from birth I speak Hakka naturally, and then in 3rd grade in primary school, I begin to learn English, and it was my second language. And then, in high school, I have developed great interest in Japanese, and now I study in Heyuan University International College. I will explore many different languages in the future. As you can see, there are 6 parts in language and me. First language, English learning, other language, language discrimination, multilingual environment, and conclusion. Let's move into the first part. About my first language. My first language is Hakka. About my story, I was born in Heyuan, Guangdong province. In Heyuan, all the people speak Hakka, but some people have some misunderstanding about the Guangdong province. They think those who live in Guangdong province must speak Cantonese, but actually it's not, because as you can see, in Guangdong, they have different regions. Some speak Cantonese and some speak Hakka, and me is those people who live in Hakka region. I live in a happy family of 4, my father, my mother, my little brother. When I was born, the language spoke in family was Hakka, so I naturally mastered Hakka. And then when I still remember when I was a child, my mother always read and sing some nursery rhymes. It's Hakka nursery rhyme for me, such as the falling into the water is called the 落水天，落水天，水到我身边. And before my grandfather died, when I was 7 years old, he would take me watch the Hakka mountain song. I think it's like a folk song. And this is my hometown Heyuan, at the intersection of Guangfu culture and Hakka culture, and it formed a special Hakka culture. Then it's my English learning. Since 3rd grade in primary school, I began to study English. Later, in middle and high school, I learned English more systematically. I still remember one of my teachers said that grammar is the foundation of language, so we need to pay attention to grammar. Learning English is not an easy process for me. In the past, I studied English very hard. This note can show my efforts in English. But at the time, learning English just for the exam, getting high mark, not for the communication. Move to my third part about the other language. I still remember in my high school, I have developed great interest in Japanese because an anime movie called 5 centimeters per second, directed by the But at that time, I didn't have any opportunity to learn Japanese systematically. But still, I can understand some Japanese words and sentences naturally. Also, I'm interested in other languages, such as Korean and German, because of the Korean idol girls and German musicians. Now, I'm learning this language, but in an entering level, so I need to study hard to master it in the future. And this part, I want to talk about something serious, that is language discrimination. As a native Hakka, I feel a big language discrimination in Hakka because some people will say that Hakka sounds so low and is from the very poor mountain area. Also, language discrimination in Chinese English. Also, it was called changelings. They will say that changelings sound so funny and silly, and it has strong accent. Yes, I admit it, because when I speak English, I have strong accents, I know. But I want to say that we need to tolerate each other because language is a tool that used to be communicated. And we need to respect different culture and different language. It is worth mentioning that last year, when the Big Band broadcast a Hakka band come from Heyuan, and they take a Hakka mixed rock and roll song that changed people's views on Hakka. After that, when people hear Hakka, they will have different views on Hakka and find charming in this language, and not the low and other stereotype. So I think Hakka can be rock and roll and international. Move into multilingual environment. Now I have been studying in KKUIC already more than 2 years, and I'm so happy I choose KKUIC. In here I can meet different peoples and different language, except English, such as Korean, Japanese, Thai, or French, and so on. The first friends I made in here, that is Nami. She is a half Japanese and half Thai living in Kongan. From her I can see the integrations of Thai culture and Japanese culture. Both of us use English in communication, and I'm so glad that I learned English in my childhood, so now I can use it in here. Even if you don't understand each other's first language, but we can better understand what we say through English. Finally, looking back on the experience in language learning in my life, I suddenly realized that language influenced me so much, and I realized the importance of language, which is used to communicate with the world. And thank you for listening.